Welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes. All the product I'm using and all the descriptions and measurements will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you would just wish to purchase any of these products. There's a link to my Facebook group. We'd love to have you join that. There's my email address if you have any questions or would like to find out about my in-person classes. And finally, remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and help me grow in YouTube world. And you're going, what do all of these stamp sets have in common? I need a birthday card for wintertime. And I started playing around and I ended up using pieces from different stamp sets. So from Very Cute, which is retiring, it is on the cut list, and I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but I know many of you have it, or you could substitute something else. We're going to be using these two bears right here. From Cheerful as a Daisy, we're going to use two sentiments, wishing you the brightest birthday, and your friendship means I can't even talk today. Your friendship means everything. And then I need some more creatures to go with my bears. So we're going to use the bunny from Horse and Sleigh. And from Grassy Grove, we are not using any of the stamps. We are going to be using this cute little fawn deer. So that's why I have all those out. So let me show you what we're making. And yes, I am using some of the paper from, this is Walk in the Forest paper. And it's a little bookbind card. We have our little friends here. Like I said, it's just a simple, sweet little birthday card. And I'm going to show you how I built it. So let's do some stamping. We are going to need envelope. We're going to need a mat. We need the inside of our card, which is, I didn't put dimensions on anything today, which is a piece of basic white that's 4x4. We are going to need a scrap of basic white. Actually, we're going to need two. I brought out some scraps here. We put our bunny on that one, and a piece a little bigger to cut out a 1 3/4 inch die cut. We need, let me get that in a minute. Okay, so let's get the stamping going here. So grab a few stamps over here. And let's start with, let's do the inside first. We're going to do Wishing You the Brightest Birthday. And we are going to stamp that in, I can't remember what I stamped it at. We're going to stamp that in Pretty Peacock. And up to the top, like that. I'll leave that open for a minute. And then I need the baby bear, and we're going to stamp him in Crumb Cake. And you can print him wherever you want. I'm going to put mine down here. So that's the inside piece. Then we need the envelope, which is also stamped with the baby bear in Crumb Cake. Like that. Next we need, I think we're done with the Crumb Cake. Yeah. Next we need some Smoky Slate to do our bunny. Just like that. We have to die cut him. Now, as for that Pretty Peacock, again, we need our other sentiment here. Make sure you leave enough room. I'm going to do it this end to make sure I've left enough room. More than enough. I probably will have to move him a little bit, but we'll figure that out. Then we need a piece of Crumb Cake. and some pecan pie for our bear. Just like that. And then I just stuck my finger in the middle of the pecan pie. Hello. Hang on, let me wipe that off a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Make sure I've stamped everything we need. I believe I have. So let's do some die cutting and some punching. Well, we got the bear here, so let's punch the bear out. And I know the bear is gone already, but I know many of you have it. If you have the stamp set, when I looked, it was still available. These are not hard to fussy cut out. But I have the punch, and I love him. He's not going anywhere. There's our bear. And we need the little embossing machine here. Just a little cranky out here real fast. Plate 1, plate 2. This is a piece of pecan pie. I mean, well-used piece. You just need a little scrap. And take off a little of that there. And this is the die for the bunny out of Horse and Sleigh. But you could use animals from any stamp set you have to make a card like this. You know, winter birthdays are hard. You know, you don't want it to be a Christmas card, but you want it something to do with the season that their birthday is in. So this is sort of what I came up with. Little deer off there. And there's our bunny. Okay, so put that back in there. Now the bunny and the bear are done. They're over here. This is pretty sad little guy right now. I just need something to see him a little better. Put that there. I grabbed my pecan pie. You could grab Early Express or whatever you wanted, using a little bullet tip. And I'm just putting a little dot in his nose, a little dot where his eye would be, just a little bit in his ears. And since he is a baby, I'm giving him a few dots because he's a fawn. I'll hold it up so you can see it a little better. I just made him look a little more realistic. Okay, now we need some punching. And like I said, this is the 3/4 inch punch. And I'm going to scoot this up so that I'm putting this clear down to the bottom of the circle. Like that. And then we're going to punch a 2-inch circle. Hopefully I brought enough peacock. This is Pretty Peacock. Yep, I do. Just enough. Pretty much gone with that piece. And we're going to go ahead and hear those two together right now because we need to let that dry a few minutes. Because we're going to cut it. And I don't want the adhesive to gum up my cutter or my scissors, whichever I choose to use. We'll let that sit and dry for a minute. Okay, so now it's time to build the card. You need a piece of 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score this together. Oop, hang on, I just about knocked all the stamp cases off the desk. And we're going to score this at 4 1/4. Oop, get your cutting blade out of the way first. 4 1/4. And 5 1/2. Move that pin out of my way. Then we'll take the 5 1/2 and fold that in and give it a good burnish. And then this is going to fold back to make our book bind. Just like that. So this will hook down. So then for our paper, I've grabbed 2 pieces, and this is also from Walk in the Forest, I said. And this one is 4 by 4, and this is 1 by 4. This is the one that has this on the side. This one has snowflakes. You could use just the snowflakes if you wanted, but I sort of like the forest paper with the forest animals. It doesn't scream Christmas. It screams winter to me. That's why I went with this paper. And you can find, I'm sure you have lots of different kinds of paper. It doesn't scream. This screams Christmas to me. This does not. But you make that your decision up on your own. Whatever paper you have. And this is going to go right in the square here. Just like that. Make sure I've got margins pretty even. And this one is going to go right over here. Just like that. Okay, and I know I brought out some ribbon. This is the, what do they call it? It's white glitter organdy ribbon. It's on the online store. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. And I'm just going to reach around here, and we're just going to flip it around here so it works for me. And I'm just going to, I'm not tying a bow, I'm just going to tie a simple little knot. More out there than I really needed, but that's okay. And then I'm going to move that up a little bit. Oop, that's a little further than I wanted. There, about like that. If it's sticking over the top, it's fine. About like that. Then I'm going to flip this over, make sure everybody's straight on this side, and I'm going to add glue. You could use tear and tape or whatever, or seal. I use Seal Plus, not Seal. But you can go right on the ribbon too, it's fine. Close this up. And hold that for just a second to make sure our book is whole before we open it up. And then, oh, it hasn't sealed yet. If you try to open it too soon, it'll pop open. Now, there we go. And then we have the inside of our card, which I know I stamped. There he is. And that's going to go right like that. Just like that. Now we're ready to decorate. Like I said, it's not much decoration on this one. I'm going to pop my bear up on dimensionals right here. And so I'll grab a couple big ones for him. I'm going to make sure he doesn't move on me. And we'll put him down here. And then he has his friends here. We're going to need little dimensionals for this. Back there. And this one, even little dimensionals are too small for him, or too big for him. So I'm taking some clips, just little slivers off of a package of dimensionals. Either size works. It's just this happens to be the one I had started slicing on. We'll put one right there, one back, and another one where his head is. because he is very small. Put down his neck and his head here, if I can get it. There we go. There. Then decide where you want them at. I'll place the deer down first on this one. But you can change them anywhere you want. But the bear is coming out and meeting his friends. It's my story I came up with, so I'll stick to it. And I know the person getting this card will think it's really cute. And I'm just going to take the bunny. He's just sort of coming right out in front of the little deer there. All right, now we need one more piece, our sentiment for the front. And here's this. You can do it one of two ways. You can clip it this way and try to get it straight, or put this glue away, I don't need it. What I did is I just sort of set this up to the top and lined it up about where I wanted it, sort of make sure the wording is straight. See where it's going to cut right there. Hold that in place. Oop, don't move it. No, it's a very small piece. And cut it. This is why you want to make sure your glue is dry. It's like that. And now we'll take a couple dimensionals and pop it up. You don't make sure your glue is dry. Your blade will get gluey, or your scissors. You could use scissors too, whichever you choose. I'm going to pull this towards me because I want to make sure that I'm right at the edge of the DSP. So it looks like the green and the green all go together like that. Then I looked at the card and said it still needed something. So I grabbed some basic rhinestones. Never go wrong with basic rhinestones. And, I know I had it here a minute ago. There it is. Use small ones here. I'll put one here. And one here. And one down here. And that is my winter birthday card for a dear friend. So, and there's the envelope that goes with it. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you on Wednesday. Everybody have a wonderful day. Goodbye.